So we've all heard the cute little rhyme that the trend is your friend until it ends, right? Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about the ending and why that ending may not be so friendly for your psyche. Again, for me, the hardest part in my experience is that exit indicator for targets. That's the tough part. Part of it's also because I'm naturally a counter trend trader, so I'm used to first sign of danger at structure. So I'm not as used to continuation targets. So one of the benefits in my experience, right? The benefits of being like more of a counter trend trader is you get in and out of the market quick. Right, I know that the next level of structure is where I want to get out at. Being like a trend following trader, it's tough because you're never gonna get out at the top of the move. Right, you're never gonna get out the top of the move, and so many times you're gonna exit, and then the market, like the euro yen trade, the market's gonna rally up 100 more pips, and you're gonna be like, how could I have gotten that? That's the first thought that always goes to your mind, like, how could I have gotten that? And then whatever changes you make to get that, you sacrifice another trade on the back end where you would have taken profits, but now you didn't exit, and now, that's tough mentally. That's one of the reasons I've never succeeded and followed through with trend continuation or trend following strategies, is that part has always been tricky and tough for me. Counter trend trading is a lot easier for me because I can look at it and be like, yeah, I don't think we're going past that structure level. No way. And I can get in, get out quickly. It's tough. Yeah, you got to make it. Yeah, Andrew says being a trend following trader means you don't have to make a decision on targets. You just go until you're stopped out. And that's not a good thing, though. That's not a good thing. That's my point. That's not good. That's not fun always, depending on it's tough. It's kind of like I tell you this. It's not good. So who's familiar with track and field? Pole vault, high jump, any of those events? You guys know what it is at least. So like we call those failure events, right? You take any other event on track and field, right? If you're a thrower, you throw it, you get 3 chances, 6 chances if you make finals. Whatever your highest mark is, that's what they take. If you're in a race, right, you run whatever the distance is, whether it's a mile, 200 meters, and then your race is over, right? In field events like high jump and the pole vault, those are called failure events because your event is only over when you fail, right? You can jump, you basically jump until you can't clear the bar anymore. So it always ends with a failure, right? Your event ends when you when you are not able to do something. Right? I look at trend following trading being the same way, right? You're out of the trade, like if you're going to do only trail stops, right? If you're not going to have a predetermined kind of target level, right? If you're only doing trail stops, the only time you lose, I mean, you're every time you lose, or I guess every time you win, in a way you lost because the market had to retrace to take you out. And it can be very profitable, but if the market went to 300 pips and it had to retrace 100 pips to take you out at 200, that's kind of depressing. Because you're sitting there like, man, we were up 300. I could have had 100 more. All right? So that it's tough to deal with. Every single win comes after the market has taken it back from you. And technically it's never ours, so it hasn't taken anything because it's not yours until you cash out. But you get what I mean. You see a market shoot up, right? You're excited. You're like, oh yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then you get stopped out for, on the retracement. That's tough. It's tough to deal with. It takes a certain type of person. Not me. a certain Certain type of person, but it can be tough. Now, it could be massively profitable, right? It could be massively profitable because it could be much more profitable than the trader that shot for a 50 pip target and then had the market, rally up to 300 and then stop them out for 200, right? Still more profitable than that. But psychologically, it's difficult. And that's why different traders are good at different strategies. And that's part of the process here at tier 1 or anywhere is figuring out what is my best fit, right? Am I willing to sacrifice this for that? And then finding that most comfortable fit and building your strategy around that. And that's something that's going to take, you got to take into account. We've been doing strategy development for the last hour or whatever like that. That's something that you have to take into account with your exits. Now, there are ways to kind of, if you're a two target taker, you can kind of, that helps because you get your money and then you leave one on in case you get that big runner. So there are ways to help it, but it's tough, and you got to know, are you built for it? I learned early on I am not, right? I learned early on that I am not. But that doesn't mean that you aren't, right? We're all different. I get laughed at a lot of times for being a counter trend trader. The trend is your friend, right, Akil? Right? A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, works for me. Yeah, works for me in this market. Yep. In a different market, I would do something different. In this specific market, it works for me and works for my mentality. I am, you guys know me. I'm low risk. I am not willing to risk it for the biscuit. I'll take the cookie crumbs. So, give and take. Everything in life, give and take. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, please leave me a rating and a review. That is by far the best way that you can support what we're doing here. Also, give it a share on social media. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Share it with your friends. Tell them, hey, you have a question about trading? Check this podcast out and it will be answered. I want to keep this show as one of the top rated trading podcasts out there, but only you guys can help me do that. So I appreciate the love in advance. I look forward to seeing the comments, the questions, and the share. And of course, I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Trading Coach Podcast.